All right, I know that the video for this may not be that good, but I'll try to shoot you some video. I'm down here in the fallout shelter now, and I am just simply putting the sheets and the small linens into recycled Walmart bags to keep them in a small confined area, to keep from having to keep repacking them, to keep dust off of them, to keep them dry, to keep the rodents away, to save time. There you go, that's all it takes. Because in the event of a disaster, you will need sheets, you will want blankets. It'd be nice to take a shower and have a towel that is not partially incinerated from a nuclear blast or contaminated with fallout. You need a place to put your bandages, your first aid kit. You need a place like this right here, this shelter, to put your lives from what you're going to need to continue your life, to start your life over. Everybody likes to think they can just run out in the woods and kill a squirrel, but let me tell you what, when you got what's left of the population, maybe 500,000 people out, and they're all hunting for deers, rabbits, and squirrels that the radiation hasn't already killed, or that ain't contaminated, because that's what's going to happen. All the fallout's going to plug up all the water. All the fish are going to die. All of the birds are going to die from the radiation. And probably pretty much 99% of all wildlife, consisting of everything from the bald eagle, probably down to the ground squirrels, the groundhogs, are going to die. And the rats, the mice, the cockroaches, the fleas are going to flourish. So you need to consider your options, what you want to do, what you want to stock, how you're going to stock it. Now, if you're one of these people that say, oh, I'm on a budget, you better stop and think about what your number one priority is. Whether it's your budget, whether it's your kids. If you have to move out of that $950 a month a house into a $450 a month a house to get $500 a month, you better do it. Because I'm telling you, you're running out of time. It's just a matter of time before somebody drops the big one on somebody else. Because I don't want you to be misled. I don't want you to think that it's going to be something like, oh, they dropped a nuclear bomb on Egypt and think that the United States isn't going to get involved in it, because that's a big mistake. I don't want you to think that, oh, they're only going to bomb Los Angeles. Well, let me tell you something. Los Angeles is one of the worst sites they could bomb for all of North America. Why? Because they would instantly kill 4.5 to 5 million people instantaneously. And that's just in the blast area. Outside of that, all across North America, you have radioactive fallout that is going to just scatter all across America. There's this wind that blows east across America, and it's going to carry all that fallout. And then what are you going to do? You're going to be really fucked and screwed if you do not have a place of refuge, a place of shelter. Like my kids' school has a FEMA building, which is supposed to be withstand a missile, withstand a tornado, but they don't build them sturdy enough to withstand the radioactive fallout. So in the case of a nuclear exchange, I know where to find my kid. He'll be in the FEMA building at his school. So I will actually have to go to his school, would jerk him out of the FEMA building, throw him onto the bike, and pedal him home to get him into the shelter. But you need to stop and think. You have a flash, you have extreme heat, you have a heat wave, you have fallout, you have contamination. Anything you want, you better have it in your shelter. Because anything on the outside is going to be either looted, robbed, burnt to a crisp, and absolutely fucking worthless to you. Probably for the rest of your life. So that's something you want to consider. You can maybe put stuff up in the closet shelves and all that. And if you're further enough away from a nuclear blast, you may be okay. But if you're anywhere near a military site, if you're anywhere near a missile silo, anywhere near a military base, anything like that, you better have something underground, something in concrete. Because let's say there's a flash at Whiteman, and the blast wave comes by and the house catches on fire, we can't get it put out. With this shelter here, we could simply leave. The entire house could burn down around this shelter. And when the fire's out and the smoke is cleared, we could still come back, open up this shelter, and hopefully everything in this shelter, in the worst case scenario, may have a little bit of smoke damage, smell like smoke, but I don't believe that anything in this shelter is going to burn if we don't get a hit within 10 miles. I think the shelter would hold up pretty good. But hey, you wearing your backpacks? Man, you're a handsome baby. So I did manage to get the blankets all off this bed today. There's a little book, Thomas the Train. And I just continually do a little something every day. Yeah, you're a good boy, ain't you? Yeah. Pick up the trash. It's always a good idea to keep a sweeping broom in your shelter too. Just for keeping the floor clean. Makes you feel better about everything when the stuff is clean. Yeah, here, move it. Leave the cooler alone, okay? So now I'm going to what am I going to do here? What am I going to do? I'm going to straighten up this electric stuff here on the bed. I just got it set up there because the floor draws moisture. And I'm going to bag up all this loose stuff right up here. What, babe? Then I got to go out there and work out there. All right, this is Waylon saying thanks and keep watching.